So speaking of the resolution of things, Bright was going to start going through the web ball of items. And we have Norlai, who has succumbed to sparkling thoughts for a little bit here. Mordecai, what do you want to do in this time as well? Like Loki is sort of like limp on you, but you could set him down if you want to.
I am just making sure that we're not going to get attacked, kind of remaining on guard, holding Loki, kind of not sure how to wake him. Mm-hmm. Probably just have to wait that out. Just concerned.
Okay.
He's just a concerned boy right now because Noraline's acting funny like she's drugged. And Loki's out.
Just pixie
so we're
dust.
Vulnerable, and everything's watching us. So he's just keeping an eye out. He's spending his time kind of just making sure they're not going to get jumped.
Okay.
Carrying like Loki on his like draped over his shoulders as he kind of watches as the pixie flies away. That seems rather odd that it would help.
All right, so you're here. You start rummaging through things, Bright. Mordecai and Selene are on lookout, and Noralai is just kind of checked out for the time being. Not for terribly long, but, you know, at some point you'll pass a wisdom saving throw, I'm sure. There is some time that's going to pass. You begin rummaging through, and there is something metallic in the bundle. You don't reach it quite yet, but maybe if that's the prize, or you have a metallic prize of some kind in there, right? And coming from an intersection here near where you're at, there is the sound of somewhat muffled footsteps because the floor is webbed. And I don't need any perception checks because whoever these people are making themselves quite obvious. And one of them is saying, "Oh boy, it's bad being lost in the caves as adventurers. I hope that we can find others to cooperate with and escape." "Yeah, I know, right? I certainly hope that..." "Oh!" And there are two people who come around the corner here. And one of them is a human who is very big and strong, and is wearing several belts, like just all over his body. Like he seems to be armored in belts.
He's a Final Fantasy character.
Kind of, yeah.
He's a Square Enix character.
That, yeah. Final Fantasy that bled into a little bit of Kingdom Hearts kind of a thing, yeah.
Yeah. Zippers and belts. He's a Square Enix character.
And the other one is a lady of some kind. Not very heavily armored. But she's they're talking, and boy howdy do they look surprised to see fellow adventurers in the cave. "Oh, it's other people also lost in the spider cave," says the man with the belts all over him.
In a very sarcastic tone, Mordecai kind of looks over at the two of them. His
armor is funny.
He's very guarded. "Who are you?"
"Oh, well, a lot of people call me Belt. You can be such a person too."
"Hello, Mr. Belt. Your accent seems oddly familiar."
Okay.
Do you
This
need
is
help
incredible.
carrying that very large thing? I would love to help you.
No. We're fine, thanks.
Are you
But
sure?
if you're just looking for the way out, we're heading out. We know the way. You can follow us.
You do? That is good. We would like to be on the way out as well.
They talk funny.
Yeah, there is something off about them.
The woman says, "Oh, if you don't want him to carry your things, I can make something to carry things. Would you like something to carry things?"
Hey,
I think-
why aren't they crystal peoples? Why didn't they get crystals? Everyone else has crystals. Oh, the water's pretty.
No crystals for us, thank you.
I think we're fine, friends. We're just gonna be heading in that direction, and he points towards the direction out.
Well, we better leave. There was a bunch of spiders behind us.
Yeah, we've met them. There's not as many.
They
There's
talk
not as many
funny.
anymore. But yeah, what'd you find over there, Bright?
I'm not sure yet.
There's a lot of spiders behind us.
Are there spiders behind them?
After the second time that he said something, there's one that's kind of peeking around the corner.
Spiders.
We should probably move just a little bit, and then we can. This way, you know,
We'll escape.
we're.
I will help you escape, says the woman in the not armor.
Hi, spider.
Yeah.
She moves her hands, says some words, and a floating disc appears in front of all of you.
Yeah, that's a fun trick.
Okay.
He made a disc.
I suppose we could use that moving forward. It's appreciated.
Yeah, I could ride on it while we unpack the thing from the web.
Hmm.
Or we could put
Yeah.
Loki on it, and he could ride on it.
Either way.
Oh, I want to ride on it. Can I
I'm
ride
a-
on it?
Yeah, you can ride on it too.
Because
I forget how
Selene's
much-
just pulling my tail. It's
I think
I'm
it
a
holds
little-
300 pounds. I'm not sure. Let's find out.
I'm a little bit hesitant to try
500
this.
pounds.
This is
Oh, don't
incredibly
worry. I
weird.
don't weigh that much.
Stranger, there's no
This
time
is-
to think. We are in danger.
Stranger danger. Stranger danger.
I want to insight check him because he seems real weird.
Yeah, of course.
But I'm at disadvantage. So that's a 9.
Yeah, I mean, he's talking in a
sus.
weird cadence, but he doesn't have a gem on him. He looks human. Walks human, talks human. Maybe he's maybe he's a little slow, a little uneducated. He seems to fervently want to help you leave.
Where are you from, friend?
He looks at her, like they look at each other, turns back to you. Candor.
Candor.
A candor attitude.
That's what they say in Candor.
You're pretty far from home. How did you get here?
We were on a ship, and then we weren't. We saw some people. We were looking for work. Some things happened, and then we ended up here.
That's a very interesting story. Maybe he's just not a storyteller. How did you get here? I'll ask the other one.
Oh, we were traveling with a caravan. And we went all the way down to Lacuna. And we ran into some trouble on a job. And then we ended up here.
Interesting.
Where's the caravan?
Huh.
Who's the caravan? Why is the caravan?
Those are the deep questions we ponder in my industry. She hitches a thumb to herself.
Probably worn out by now.
Maybe, I don't know. You saw her saves? You can be voluntarily dazzled.
Run in random direction.
From this point, you can be voluntarily dazzled or not.
Oh, hey, I run in a random direction.
I make sure that Norelai stays close.
Okay.
Selene also makes sure Norelai stays close.
You see her try to bolt off her, and Selene just grabs her and sits her down. Oh, I'm here now.
Right. We should probably get moving again. This way we're not angering anything. I really do not want to be running across more of those spiders.
You know, you're never more than 3 feet away from a spider.
Stop that right now. I have less of an affinity for spiders than I had coming into this place.
Well, they're coming right
Spiders
for
are
us. We
friends.
better
They
load
eat
things
pests.
up.
Like mosquitoes. Mosquitoes aren't good. But spiders.
If Bright wants to uncover the thing while riding on the disc, I think that's fine. How is the disc like a large space? 3 feet
No,
in
it's
diameter.
3 feet in diameter. It holds. It's
Oh.
basically for carrying treasure
Ah,
because it carries a lot of weight, but it doesn't have very much space.
Mm-hmm.
So there's probably only room for one person to ride it.
One
You should
person,
have it
or if you don't
Loki on it.
unravel the web sack, you can put the web sack on there.
We could put
Um,
Loki down there.
yeah, we can. Yeah, I think that would. Well, depends. Right? Do you
Maybe
want
Loki can hold the web stack.
Is Norelai still loopy?
Yes.
Yes.
Wonderful.
I choose to be Loopy for this scene.
How much time? How am I doing on unraveling the blob?
You can start cutting through it. It's gonna take a while to cut through everything and to take everything out, and especially if you want to identify things.
Oh. Things.
Things plural.
Things are plural. Yeah, so we can load Loki up, or we can load up the sack. So long as it's all moving forward in the same direction, it doesn't really matter particularly.
Yeah, I'm kind of losing the plot a little bit. How long have we been here? I'm
You haven't.
fuzzy.
Tinkerbell just left. You started, like, you got your knife out and you're getting ready to plunder this web sack, and these people walked conveniently out from a side cave or from a side tunnel.
Okay, so we had just gotten here, and Tinkerbell
Yeah.
just left. Just left. Okay.
She was just revealed by the lantern, pocket sanded Norelai, and bolted.
Okay. Okay. So how big is this blob? How much does it weigh?
It's I don't know. It'd be whatever a large hand could scoop up, and like, I guess a proportionate like snowball to a large hand.
Okay, so it's like a
But yes,
5-foot diameter blob.
it has and it has bulk to it.
Okay.
So we'll either be moving it with something, or we'll be moving Loki with something. So either way,
Yeah.
as long as both of them are getting
You
crowded.
conveniently
in the same
have
direction.
both a Tensor's floating disc and a barbarian available.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But both of those belong to the other party.
Yeah.
So, how much... It doesn't seem like we're under any particular threat, though, does it?
There are spiders right behind them in this cave that are peeking out.
Alright. Selene, are you strong enough to carry Loki?
She would probably pass an athletics check better than I would right now.
Yeah, because you're exhausted and
I'm exhausted.
Lorelai has no strength, and I
She's noodle
also
armed.
have no strength. So Selene's the only one left.
But Selene's also a strength 8, much like you.
Yeah,
Oh,
strength is not
Well-
a strength of the party.
well, okay. I would be willing to let the disc carry Loki, as long as Lorelai walks alongside it and holds his hand. I think that's fair.
I think that's fair too.
Okay,
Okay.
Seems reasonable to me.
so I'll carry the blob. It's fine.
Are you embiggening yourself, or how you gonna carry it?
I'm going to cast levitate on it.
Ooh.
Ooh. Nice.
That's a
way
staff
she- this way-
ability.
This way she can have a string like a balloon.
Yeah,
We're trading everything like balloons today, y'all.
pretty much. Yeah.
So yeah, with that, with
Levitate lasts for 10 minutes, so depending on how far we have to go, I
Yep.
might have to cast it again.
Okay.
but yeah, we'd start moving forward.
Okay. You can use like a piece of webbing to sort of like tie Norelai's tail to Loki's unconscious hand or something if you wanted to, and then they get
It's
shuffled.
probably for the best.
So the this very helpful wizard woman is traveling along with you, and the man known as Belt stays behind everyone, supposedly threatening and fending off the spiders that are rushing in behind you in the cavern.
I'm definitely keeping an eye on Belt.
Okay.
I don't trust him as far as I could throw him.
Well, and as we
Much
just
less as far as he
discovered,
could throw me.
Yeah, Mordecai's keeping his eyes on those two as well, making sure that they're up to no funny business.
okay.
So we just keep moving forward.
You continue moving, and let me grab it. And this. Up ahead. Towards what they declare to be the end of the cave is a swirling energy. You have seen this type of a swirling energy before.
Yeah. The entrance to the fake cave.
Yes.
Where we fought Orlons.
That's interesting.
Well, not just an entrance, but yes.
I've seen a number of these. They all seem to be Fae-related. Do we want to trust this?
It looks like we don't have another choice. To escape, we must go through the portal.
Yeah. But I think this would be a good place to stop. Because there's a lot of stuff that we need to do before we leave. And, I mean, if someone comes to chase us out, that's fine. We can just,
Fend them
we
off.
can just go then.
Yeah. Stop here for now, kind of rest up. See what's... Kind of use this as a... kind of place to hole up for a minute,
Yeah.
since this is the only other exit. Looking at the end of the tunnel, does it look like it's solid rock behind this swirling energy?
Yes.
It's not like an open entrance kind of thing.
No.
It's just a solid rock wall.
Yes.
Looks like. Okay. Then, yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Is kind of set up a bit of a rest here. At least get some, at least sit down for a little while.
Yeah. I have a lot of things that I need to do before we go. The first thing I want to do is I need to call for Peggy Sue, and that's going to take an hour.
Yeah.
But I don't want to leave her here.
As you're discussing
we
this,
do.
these two look at each other and look at you all.
I'm sure you guys could need a rest too, right?
Yes, but not here. It's too dangerous.
Well, we'll all be on watch. It's not like...
Yeah, there's 6 of us now.
7 if you count Loki.
There, when he wakes up. If he wakes up. Oh, you're muted, Darkwolf.
I don't know if you can count me. I'm kind of not here.
But there's 6 of us. 7 if Loki wakes up in a relatively short amount of time. So I think...
Yeah,
I
and in
think-
another hour he might wake up. Sometimes people wake up after being knocked out after an hour or two. Of course, I don't know if he's got extra whammies on him or anything.
I would hope not.
That's
I don't
another
have
thing. It'll
anything.
give Selene time to look after Loki.
Yeah, see if there's something that we could do to get him to wake up, or if it's just a matter of rest.
I did try using a greater restoration on him earlier. Don't know if it worked, but it was that. And it healed him a bit. I healed him, and then wait, was that before or after he got slugged? I used greater restoration after he got slugged though. So
I think it's just a matter of waiting. backed up against this wall. The exit is that way, through that swirling energy. Push come to shove, and we're looking like we're in dire straits. We just go.
Yeah.
All of
Right.
us.
Well. Yeah.
I think we need to at least sit down and rest for a bit.
And we can use the lantern, because the lantern should burn for 6 hours.
Yeah.
And
So we can just use that to make sure nothing invisible sneaks in.
and it
And
gives
it
us plenty
runs
of light.
On basic oil anyway, right? You don't have to. Like, you
One
can
time
just buy
oil
more.
for 6 hours.
Yeah, so all you need is a basic plain old oil. You can get that anywhere. Well, you can't get it here, but we can get it when we get home. As much oil as we
Well, I
can do
have
it
an
just about
oil.
everywhere else.
Oh, so yeah,
Okay.
we have all the time we need.
And it sheds plenty of light and reveals, apparently, things that can't be seen, generally. So we're not going to get snuck up on.
Yeah.
And most of us can see in the dark. Out past that, so I think we're going to be okay.
Yeah.
These
Okay.
two look back at each other again. Look at you all.
This is what we're doing. If you want to go ahead and go.
Yeah. You don't have to stay here. You can go through if you want.
Oh, but we'll have to take Loki off the disc.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, but yeah,
Yeah,
you can take
obviously.
Loki with you. We really
Obviously.
appreciate this disc that you created for us. That saved us like 10 minutes. So
Hmm.
we really do appreciate that.
Yeah.
You're being stared at rather blankly. I think we should go through that portal and escape together.
Well, we can do that, you know, after we sit down
In a
for
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm already making a circle with incense on the nearest rock. I'll prestidigitate it clean. I don't want Peggy Sue to come back as a spider. Although that would also be cute. But what would she eat? She can't eat. She can't eat crickets.
If you both want to stand guard for the first bit, if you're not terribly exhausted.
One moment. Yes, we'll stand guard.
This is strangely feeling like an automaton.
Do you think?
I don't know.
I mean, he doesn't look like a... I mean, he doesn't look like a construct. He's made of flesh. And he doesn't... Like, golems can be made of flesh, but they hardly ever talk. It's really just more of kind of grr-arg with them.
Yeah, I don't understand what's going on.
Mordecai, make a
Why are you-
perception. While you're, you can ponder still. I'm not going to interrupt that, but
Well, I was just gonna pose the question. Why are you insisting that we leave now?
because
Yeah,
we were
insight
told
check.
to leave.
We kind of have. We're at the exit.
That's not what she meant.
So. She?
Yes.
She who?
The flying one.
The sparkly thing that flew away when it got in the light.
Yes, that one, the woman says.
I thought it was the spiders that told us to leave.
Well, the spiders told us to.
Well, yes, them too. They don't want us here.
Is the sparkly one connected with the spiders?
And perception, Mordecai.
Perception. Yeah, boo. That's better. It's an 18 on disadvantage.
You can see that there are moving lumps beneath the webbing, all around this area. That there's lumps underneath that are starting to move closer.
Do I see eyes or what?
You see that there are moving lumps, but no details right now.
Oh, but they're not gonna let us.
Guess I'll gather up my incense real quick.
Ladies first. He points towards the wizard woman.
She looks at Belt. Belt looks at her. Yes, you can. Wait. Movement in the walls. Let's cover their escape. Yes, we need to protect our new friends, agrees the woman. Belt draws a weapon and looks around at the walls. Go. Run while you can.
Yeah. I need to roll insight.
Maybe we should just go.
Why are they...
Can we move the disc?
Yeah, I need to figure out what the heck is going on with these people. Why they want to protect us when I mean, they just don't make any sense at all.
No, not at all.
They really seem to want you to leave this place. They may very well have certain social stumbling blocks or educational speed bumps that have hampered their interaction with you in some way. But there's a really suspicious bend to this. Like the way that they look at each other, the way that they just showed up.
For the fun of it.
Oh, we have a Selene, by the way, everyone.
Yes.
Selene, real quick, make a perception.
Happily. For the fun of it, I want to pop Eyes of the Grave.
Sure.
Are these undead? Nope, that's past the grave.
Oh, yeah.
That's not the right. That's not the right thing. Where's my eyes? There it is.
I would hope you know where your eyes are.
My eyeballs are right here.
Are they?
I want to take a look at the bulging things and see if they're real.
They do not detect as undead. Selene, you can take a look here too, Bright, in a moment. You're gathering your stuff up.
Of course.
Selene,
Yeah, of course.
there have been some, oh whoa, you've noticed some bulges. And coming from one on the ceiling, there's maybe a piece of webbing that is reminding you of something very familiar, as there seems to be sort of one thick cord that is descending down at a steady rate from one of the bulges underneath the webbing on the ceiling.
What does this remind me of?
And now that you rolled actually pretty well, you got a 23. You're seeing a couple more of these lines being lowered. And this is reminding you of the creatures that were trying to capture you when you were flying through the caves earlier to get to Norlai.
Oh. Yeah, no, we should probably go. And she make gestures.
Alright. Something's just off about these people.
Absolutely. But they're not
honestly,
undead.
I'd very much rather get out of here and get some stuff and leave.
You wanted to sleep in the battlefield.
Oh, yes, because Lorelei is a giant limp noodle. Mordecai's exhausted.
We were trying to get a short rest here, just as, for all intents and purposes, and these two showed up, and now they're insisting we leave. So
I mean,
And
I
this-
don't like the things on the ceiling.
this is like every other portal that we've seen from Fae. Is this coincidental?
Sparkle, run. It's more of the spiders. All right, I'll run and take their things as well. With me. Forward.
Yeah, we have to go.
Yeah, let's go.
Hold
I-
hands.
We don't have an option.
I guess their things
Yep.
is more Loki, because Loki was riding on the disc, but...
Yeah.
I
Holding hands.
My
I'm gonna make
my
sure to grab Loki's hand.
yeah,
Okay.
my
Even though he's
blob
on the
is
disc.
my blob is still here, so I'm grabbing that and bringing that with.
Okay, yep, you're levitating it.
Yeah, it's still.
Oh yeah, it's still,
floating.
yeah, that's
I
right,
don't
10
think
minutes, 10.
I don't think it's been 10 minutes.
No, it has not, it has not. Okay, yeah, so you, all right, you levitate it and you go. You hear from the back a roar of a battle cry as Belt furiously swipes his sword at one of these dangling ropes, and it sounds like a very epic battle as he's just sort of batting at it.
Yeah, I'm sure he's giving it his all.
And Sparkle, as she's running towards the portal, "I've tripped," she says before she trips. "Aye!" And she falls forward. And wouldn't you know, apparently that also causes the disc to spill forward as well, giving momentum to Norelai and Loki Adius to spill off of the disc. "Sparkle, compose yourself. We'll buy them time." "Yes, Belt. That's what people like us do." As the dramatic battle continues to play out.
Yeah, grabbing Loki and Norelai's hands and just scooping everybody up, we're all kind of going in. Very
Once
confused
more
with
into the
these
breach.
two.
Once more into the breach. Again.
"We'll never forget you," Sparkle says from a prone position on the floor.
Yes, I'm sure you won't.
And you also hear a yarg, a barbarous yawp, come from behind as well, as once more the mighty barbarian swings at a rope hanging from the ceiling.
I'm sure he did a lot of damage to it. This is a pretty fine show. I'm gonna use my my minor illusion to make a roaring round of applause.
Oh, that's not. I mean, that's the thing, but not the thing I'm looking for. Hang on. What the heck did I call this? I thought it was the Dragon's Graveyard.
Look at all those dragons.
Yeah. Oh, there's memories here. Oh,
Wow.
no memories right now. No memories of that. You all can have nostalgia when we get back to it, but this is going back in the archive. Well, all right. I'll find it. It should have been obvious. I don't know why I didn't just label it something very obvious like Dragon Graveyard, even though it was. or Dragon Graveyard 2. But yes. Anyway, you are going to find yourself back out in the valley. Did they call it valley? Ooh, I did not. There is a volcano battle though. You're going to find yourselves back outside, and in fact, pretty much right by Selene's shack, not hovel. I want to be
Yeah,
polite.
the shack. The shack.
Yes. And I am sorry to inform you, it seems that Sparkle and Belt did not make it through the portal before it closed, leaving a bare rock face behind.
I am shocked. Shocked.
Hmm.
They were odd.
They were
Well, they were-
fey.
They were probably
Ew.
fey possessed or some other.
No, they're
something.
just regular fey. They're just
Yeah,
they're just putting on a show. You know how it goes. They're just a different way of encouraging us to leave. I don't really know what the whole point was. I mean, we were already leaving.
Yeah. Well, do we check out the house again?
Yes. Yes, we do.
All right.
Let's see. Do any of you... Are any of you particularly... are you skilled at survival, or do you have the... what's the feat that's the... You know, always know, like, the time of day, etc., etc.?
Keen mind. No, I don't
mind,
have that.
No.
No.
Okay.
I have a
Well-
+5 in survival though.
Yeah, but we can tell. Like, is the sun in the same place as it was before? You know,
And
things like that.
no, and it has also stopped raining, and everything seems dry.
Oh, so it's been
Oh,
a
we've
while.
been gone a while.
Oh no. Should we lose more time?
Probably.
So what about a ride? Did they go?
I mean, we can always get back home as soon as we're done here. Because Mordecai
As soon
has
as
a
I
recall.
rest. As soon as I
And-
rest.
Well, I don't think that'll be a problem.
Well, and
sure
there's
we'll-
also the matter of once we get Celta's stuff, we could just call Celta to come get us.
Yeah, there's also that.
Well,
Okay.
we're here.
Right. So,
Gonna go rifling through the house again.
Mm-hmm.
yes. And, Selene is going to make her way in with quite a bit of haste before anyone else.
Of course.
Hmm.
It's your house.
I'd say make yourself at
Follow
home,
coolly
but-
behind.
Why don't we take advantage of the opportunity to have a little bit of a rest?
It's just a little dusty.
A little bit.
Yeah. Also, it's not like half district? Or is that still half district? Oh yeah.
Now this is a lot better than Selene's shack, but
Now
that-
what's under the bed?
Check for spiders.
Yeah, well, I will have you know there are several normal-sized spiders that have inhabited the shack.
Oh, we could deal with that. They're little regular sized spiders. They're not giant spiders. It's fine.
I cast SWAT on them.
A giant spider when no one's looking.
So mage hand, or is that SWAT?
It's a new cantrip I just made up.
Oh,
This is the somatic. No. But I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
okay.
hurt the spiders.
you
I'm
what?
not gonna hurt the
Oh, alright.
spiders. I'm just going to shoo them gently outside. Little
Um.
spiders, we need to take over this house. It's only for a little while, maybe one day. You can come right back in as soon as we're done with it. But technically it's our house and not your house because it belongs to Selene, who's here and she's with us. So I hope you're understanding of this. But spiders belong outside anyway. That's where most spiders live.
But what if they're house spiders?
They'll be
Uh,
taken out.
Bright,
That's a fair point.
make an insight check at advantage.
Okay. Crit.
Ooh, look at that
That's a
nice
green
green
number.
number. You talk with them, and I don't know. I mean, maybe rapport with spiders, like, it hasn't always been the best. It's not like a squirrel or a chipmunk or a little
Yeah.
birdie or something. They, like, they're spiders, but they don't seem to be vibing with your natural affinity to communicate. And in thinking about it, if those were the Fae, well, before there was these little mushrooms that were just sort of growing in places, like under beds or in corners of places. And what if these are like little, well, as we in our modern IRL world would call them, bugs, like little listening devices, little observational units.
Yeah.
Instead of mushrooms, these are little spider recon units.
So, look what I found. They're not real spiders. They're imaginary, and they're probably here to spy on us.
What isn't these days?
Yeah. Okay, so, I guess the thing to do is to cast Detect Magic.
Ah, yes. Your detect magic
That's-
will prove to them all it wasn't just a conspiracy theory.
Well, no, I mean, you know what else I can do?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I won't do it just yet. Let's just start with the Detect Magic.
Uh-huh.
It'll take 10 minutes, because
Yep.
that's how it goes.
As this discussion plays out, Mordecai, you have a chance to actually just like sit down and think and collect, and I would like you to roll an investigation at advantage, please.
Which would be a normal roll for me because I'm exhausted.
Very good.
+0. Big money. 14.
Not bad.
Something. You're sitting down and you're pondering. You're like, just something about those
Finally
people didn't seem right. We have a portal we've seen before, like similar to the well, not even just the Fae Cave, the first one in Browbeat, but to Orlan's lair. And come on, brain, think. Why were they weird? It's the Fae, of course. Man, just sometimes Mordecai, like, you just like, I get it, spiders, haha, I got cobwebs in my brain. If only I could like take it out and dust it off. Maybe put it back in. And that's all you're getting from me.
He just
Yeah.
he just looks exhausted. He looks like he's trying to think about something and put something together, but it doesn't seem to be clicking, and it seems to be distracted probably more by errant thoughts of the dream that he had.
Ah.
Now that he's actually had time to like sit down and like actually
Yeah.
process for like 10 minutes.
Do you need some help?
Sorry, what?
Do you need some help?
Just thinking
About?
how weird those people were.
Again, they were fake.
It was just weird, and it kind of made me start thinking about the dream I had, because that also involved weird stuff.
Those sorts of things normally do.
Yeah, and I don't know, maybe it's some kind of premonition.
What's that?
I don't know. I remember once.
Pet. You're very tired.
No, we
Why
need
don't
to
we
hear this.
Alright.
Well, as a vampire, when I drank blood from you, Bright, it kind of gave me that sense of I could see something and be able to act accordingly. It like a reaction kind of thing.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
And while it's not necessarily similar to that, it felt very future because it was shown Earth.
Oh.
All of us, including Cypher and Loki and you know, Selter and the Repentless and all of that was there. It was like the Repentless created a hole in a kind of cocoon, and all of us went inside, and you know, the Repentless went down, and you know, I could only assume that Selter and Cypher didn't make it, kind of a thing. And then when all of us get inside, well, first of all, it opens up with the fact that I'm dead on the ground and you're reviving me, Selene, and that's when we go into the cocoon and then one by one, each of us falls, and the final blow was dealt, and this little cocoon, the secondary cocoon, kind of opens up, and it's Jade. And
Jade.
like Jade
Okay.
was the center of it, and we had to kill her. I had to kill her. And then whatever was infesting her started infesting you, Selene, and I had to kill you. And then it all disappeared, and I'm lying in the field waiting for death to take me. And that was it. I don't know if what I saw was the future.
I don't know. I mean, when I see things, they always happen. But
That's
it
what
doesn't
I'm
work
worried
the same
about.
way for you.
I like I said, it felt a little different, but at the same time, it felt like a possibility.
Well, I'm sure it's a possibility. That's why we're doing all this. To make sure it doesn't happen.
I don't want to kill you all.
Well, that's good. I'd prefer that also.
But is that something that I'm gonna have to do if it means saving the world?
Possibly.
Is that something that we have to resign, each of us, to doing?
Mordecai? Not necessarily that we need to resign ourselves that we will have to do such a thing, but that such a thing may need to be done. May. It may come to that.
I don't want it to. Because the last dream that I had came true. The last dream that I had like this came true. Because that dream ended with you dying in my arms, Selene, and that's what happened.
But did it happen the same way? Could have just been a... I mean, we're involved in dangerous business.
We are,
If
and
somebody dies and then they do, but it's not the same way, then it's not a premonition, it's just a coincidence.
that one was more after a catastrophe.
I also had a dream where everyone died. It was a bit different. There was a bunch of kids in the orphanage asking me questions, and a cat ran in front of me. They were saying like, "Oh, how did this person die and this person die?" And then I realized that everyone died. Well, actually, I don't know if Loki died because it sounded like he didn't. But like you guys died.
How did it happen?
I don't really know. Because there was a bunch of kids asking questions, and they all had like different things that they said that might have happened. And yeah, yeah, I don't know how it happened because it was more like me hearing someone say it, or hearing a lot of different people say what happened. So just thought I'd bring it up.
Well, I dreamed that Selene was actually Shonaruth. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Kinda does.
No, I mean, I don't think she really is, though.
Well, no.
Selene, you're not
obviously.
Shonaruth, right? You have to tell us if you are. It's a rule.
Yeah, I'm not Shonaruth.
See? No big deal.
But that kind of ties into a similar theme to mine, doesn't it?
I mean, maybe if you think about it. But, I mean, that's good, right? Because, check her out, she's not Shonaruth.
No, instead she's an angel.
Right. But, I mean, that just means that these aren't to be taken literally.
I don't know.
So we all die figuratively. Is that better?
I mean, it's better than dying literally, yeah. Yeah, I think it's a lot better.
Did you were tossing and turning in your sleep, Selene, when I woke? You're mumbling. You don't usually sleep talk. I don't want to pry if it's too much.
Mine was in the past.
Past.
Back when I was in school.
You haven't really talked about your past much.
Let's just say.
Mostly because you said that you left Aslandia behind you.
I did. Now I forget, I'm pretty sure it was cousin out of character.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. It was rather exaggerated in the dream, but what happened? All of my friends at that time died. To a vampire, no less.
Oh God.
That was buried under the school. And of course, to cover it up and them not believing me, I got the blame. And amongst those, and this is actually where she would move over to a small box. It's that's underneath her bed. She pop it open and pull out a ring. Not like a wedding band or anything like that, but something a little bit, quite a bit more flashy, something that you'd wear on a different finger, just as a stylistic choice. Probably one of the only family members that cared. Was amongst those who died.
I'm so sorry. He just kind of takes her hand and holds it for a moment.
I don't like thinking about it. She kind of glances over the ring before actually closing the box and putting the entire box in her back.
Sorry, I didn't mean to pry.
We're all tired. You guys get comfy. I'm gonna go get Zelda's stuff.
No, you're not going alone.
It's literally just outside. Like, you can see me from the window.
I still don't like anybody going anywhere alone. I especially don't like anybody going alone anymore.
I'll be
Well,
fine.
I'm gonna
Yes.
take a peek at what Selene has under the bed then. Because she won't be in here to stop me.
I mean, it's just spiders. They're not even real.
I think
Oh,
that
boy.
box she just put in her bag was what she was alluding to. Norlai.
There is nothing else under the bed.
Nothing else under the bed? Okay.
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You seem to be hiding things.
There's a lot you don't know. That's all I'll say.
Alright. Fine, I'll just take a nap on bed then.
What?
Flop.
You do that. Once I'm finished, I'll come in and take a look at your magic circuits to see if we can't get them back up in working order.
Mm-hmm.
Circuits. She an automaton now. A Kai burner.
The natural network of magic that runs through the body.
Ah.
It's like the mana points or something like that.
Those are junctures, yes.
You know, I thought I knew everything there was to know about magic. And then I realized that, no, I'm an idiot.
Selene just kind of like half glances to Bright and gives her a wink. Before going outside, grabbing a shovel and beginning to dig for Zolta's things. The memorial.
Okay.
And Mordecai is sitting in a chair, kind of watching out the window,
Sure.
just to make sure nothing creeps up on her.
Yeah. So I've still got like 2 hours of work to do. So.
Yeah, I'll just be on the floor doing work the whole time. You know.
I mean, not to put too fine a point on it, but I've got a lot of things to do. So I'm going to be doing those things.
Yeah.
The detect magic is probably just about done because that was a long time. But the rest of it, yeah, we'll do that next.
All right. So, detect magic's gonna go off. The spiders are gonna glow with divination magic.
Yeah, I figured.
The webbing, the whatever the treasure sack, does
Blob,
glow
yeah.
with
Okay.
various to be determined auras of magic.
Okay.
They seem to be in some random state of flux, so you'll have to determine what they are.
We'll have to roll for them to determine what the auras
Yes.
are.
It's a mystery, the contents. You'll have to pull the final form of what they are out of the ether. Is there anything else that you want to do in this downtime as well, since you're casting spells and looking around?
Well, once I'm done with that, I need to resummon Peggy Sue or try to. Never had to leave her behind on another plane of existence before. That's gonna take an hour and change.
Okay.
And
The shack itself does also glow with illumination. It glows with illumination. The mysteries of the universe. With illusion magic. As it seems to be suffusing the place, but it's low-key stuff. It's just everywhere.
is Loki glowing by any chance?
No, he is not.
Okay. Well, in between the detect magic and the resummoning of Peggy Sue, to be followed probably by identifying all the swords and weapons and things, or the trinkets in the blob. In between the detect magic and the identify, I'm going to need to mundanely attempt to disbelieve the illusion.
Okay.
So
we'll
see how that goes.
Let's do this for this period of time. Are you whatever? Are you good at nature?
I don't have proficiency, but I do have +5 from my general
Norlai,
skill.
Are you proficient in nature by chance?
No.
Okay. So do this. Oh my goodness, we are getting rated by Captain Madlove. Let's, yeah. Welcome everyone. Let's give
Oh,
a
it's a
shout
big
out to
raid.
our raiders. It'd be a raid, yes, and you all have come just in time, as we are getting ready to open up, pretty literally a treasure parcel. After this last boss battle that we just had against a bunch of horrendous giant spider and spider-like monstrosity creature things, people, humanoids once were fae aberrations.
Striders.
But yes, welcome to you all. Raven, thank you for the shout out to Captain Madlove. Oh, you were enjoying some Warhammer. Were you pushing plastic across a table? Was this is this the Warhammer tabletop RPG you were broadcasting? Can you let us know what was going on in your corner of Twitch here? Because I love to know what everyone's up to. So go ahead. Let's see if you can piece together some things while you have this time casting and thinking. Go ahead and start with a nature roll, right?
Okay.
And I'm twisting the wizard's arm here, but... Alright, now
16.
I need you to roll an Arcana.
That I can do.
Woo!
31.
Woo!
That is
Woo!
natural
That's a
20.
green number, 31, yeah. Alright, and now I would like you to roll an investigation, and you could do this at advantage, because you got the big
Okay.
brains.
Okay. 21.
Alright.
Big brain bright.
Over the course of
Yeah.
Norlai falling asleep...
I can barely
Of-
fit it under my wig. I mean, my floofs.
of Selene going and digging things up. In fact, there was a shovel in the shack. You know, Mordecai is kind of distracted, wistfully looking out the window at his wife, and Loki is just sprawled and unconscious in somewhere on the floor or something. A couple things are coming to mind. So, like, this is illusion, and we're talking about spiders. We're talking about... What do you know about spiders? Well, if something especially menacing is caught in a spider web, spiders are known to try and actually just get them out, because they're destroying the web, or they could actually destroy the spider themselves. As well, talking about webs, or maybe not so much a web, but as you are taking this quiet time and you're looking around, and you see the siblings just kind of sprawled out and unconscious. There was a cave here that wasn't here before, or wasn't the same. There's these observational fake spiders. This is probably some kind of like a honeypot, if not a web.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the
We may not be in the place that we are at all. Like, we might be in completely the wrong part of the multiverse.
the people who were caught also maybe lived here, or some of them seem to be like the bandits that lived in or were operating out of this valley as well. And with some of these things that are floating around, the illusion to you does wear off to the point where it does just look like an old shack. It looks weathered and worn. It's dusty. Like, there are legitimate cobwebs, but the place, not that it was pristine now that you're back here. You know, it didn't even look pristine the first time that you encountered it when you were approaching from the outside. But compared to how you're viewing it now, you know, time and weather certainly took its toll. But in a storm, or someone who's just seeking refuge, a place to sleep, you know, needs a rest, needs to put their feet up, it's super comfy enough that someone might very well want to be here, maybe wants to sleep here. Or, as you eye your treasure parcel that we'll get into here real soon, people might want to come in here to scrounge, to loot, to look for something left behind in this mountainside shack, because it's clearly unoccupied, at least from the outside. It looked as such. And so this may very well be a trap that the Fae had set out to catch people and to bring them into the, into the little spider cave.
Yeah. And then they turn them into more themselves, because that's what they do.
That is what they do. Captain Madlove, I'm sorry, real quick. Oh, okay, you were painting Warhammer. Well, if you have stuff to share... Sorry, crew, one moment here, but I do want to give an invitation for Captain Madlove and crew to join us as well. Please share your works in progress. We have a lot of really great artists in the community, and I'd love to see what you are up to. If you have room for another Discord. I know some people have a very busy Discord left side of their viewer. But you're always welcome to pop in and share what's going on, including when you go live, too, because I love knowing what y'all are doing. So you're putting this together, and where you began with the, well, how do spiders act may very well explain why they were trying to get you out. Because you all are... You're wasps in the spider web.
Yeah.
They don't want you. You're not yummy. You're just gonna ruin stuff and kill things. And so it's better to let you go and seal up the cave behind you so that you can't come back and make a mess of things.
Oh, we'll probably be back. Don't worry.
Is that a promise or a threat?
Usually how these things go.
Could be
Usually how
either.
these things go.
Could be either.
Now, as for the treasure parcel, as that is a part of things, what goodies await you all in the web that you had recovered from the people who probably took these things off of others who were waylaid and meleeed in the Fae caves? Caramella74, I'm sorry, the bot seemed to have got you.
No, that's a bot.
Oh, is it a bot? Okay. They're getting
Yeah,
clever
it's,
that they're
one of
not
the
just like
things,
HGKKLW, 6221 anymore. All right. Well, hey, thank you, Raven, swinging the band hammer there. And remember, everyone, report those. So, for all of you, because while you are in character doing things, you have you've achieved level 18. Congratulations on that. You have also overcome a big boss fight, and I'm going to grant you all, if you don't already have it, a dot of inspiration. Now, as you are aware, I will allow you to use your inspiration if you desire on the treasure parcel roll, or you can hang on to it because stuff happens, and you might want to put an inspiration in your pocket. And
We
so
want things for Selene.
before.
Yeah, we always use them on the treasure.
You almost always have. There might have been one exception. If so, I forgot about it, and I'm just accounting for it anyway.
Me.
I use like my birthday crit, but I don't know if I use my
So
inspiration.
while we still have some time, I want to make sure that there is time for you all to retrieve some treasure that has been stolen back from the Fae who
And
murdered
selfless
people.
things.
Well, I don't know if they murdered them. They converted people into
Possibly.
others of their ilk. So if someone wants to roll a 1d100, you can let me know. Now this is to determine where on the Treasure Hoard CR17 Plus you are going to fall. That's what this roll is for any of you that want to roll it and or use your inspiration for the overarching roll.
Who would like to roll it?
I've had
I'll
bad
roll it.
rolls.
I'll roll it.
Are you rolling with
All right.
inspiration?
No.
No, I think you should.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do it then.
Okay.
Fine.
Yeah.
That's
you have
2d100.
Yep, 2d100, and you get to keep the highest. If you want the highest. Oh, 64.
Oh,
Is that...
65.
Oh,
That's a
neither.
rotten deal.
It's not a split point, because 64 is the next tier. It was 64 to 68. Okay. So,
Well.
who would like to roll for gems? And would you like to use an inspiration?
I'll roll. Oh, sorry. You want to roll for gems?
I was gonna say I can roll gems.
You go ahead and roll gems.
D100?
Yes.
Uh,
No.
Nine.
Not
No.
D100. If you do that, we'll explode.
D-
Just kidding. 1d8.
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 3.
A 3. All right. So these gems are worth 5,000 gold pieces each. These are super precious gems. I would like you.
And you were all gonna leave the treasure behind.
I want you to
Thank
roll
you, Ray.
3d4.
Say again?
3d4.
3d4.
Fluffy puppy.
Doggo.
Wow. Okay.
Sam.
All right. So,
He's done breaking things. He came over for a snuggle.
Oh,
party
baby.
accountant, are you ready to make notes?
I am ready to make notes.
Okay.
I am the party accountant.
Yes. You have found 2 rubies worth 5,000 GP. They are transparent, clear red to deep crimson. And you have found 1 jacinth, might be how to pronounce it.
Jacinth. Yeah.
It is transparent, fiery orange, and also worth 5,000. If you can get full price for them, which maybe, we'll see. Or you can crush them up for their powder and use them as spell components, or put them into a goblet to
damn.
cast a feast of.
That's those kinds of things usually take diamonds.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh, I've got lots of things that can run on rubies.
Ooh.
Lots of things that run on
yeah.
rubies.
Bright's eyes just sparkle like with each of ruby, it just like lights up fire red as it glistens across her face, is dazzling.
If that's the case, then I'll just hand the rubies over to Bright.
No, you keep the treasure. It'll be more straightforward that way.
Okay.
But
When
we
you
will
need
think
them, they
about
are
using them
spendable
as
for
spell
you.
components. Yeah.
They are spendable for you if you need them.
Hero's Feast, maybe not, but some of this other stuff, yeah.
Now, who would like to roll 1d6 times on magic item table E? And would you like to use an inspiration?
1d6 on E.
I'll roll for magic items. Maybe I could pull out a. What was it that I kept rolling last time? I don't remember. It was.
I
think it's a 4.
I don't remember.
We want items to kit out Selene, so let's
Yeah.
hope for those.
Yeah, Selene, they're probably mostly going to be your items, so if you want to roll for them, you can. But
Well, I also was
This is
to get an
number of
item
items.
because I was going to give Selene my boots.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is number of items.
Number of items, 1d6.
Yeah, number of rolls.
Oh, so me?
If that's
if you
what you
wanna- if you
want,
wanna
and you
roll
can
for the
use
number of
inspiration if you want.
No. I don't think we really need quantity as much as we need quality.
Quality.
So I'm going
We
to
need
save my
quality
inspiration for the actual roll.
Okay.
Now watch me roll. It's a d6, right?
Yep.
Now watch me roll a 1,
No.
2.
Two.
Okay.
Slightly better.
So, what I'm going to do is I did describe that there was something metallic that was making noise in the pile. Magic
I should have taken the inspiration.
magic item table E doesn't necessarily have something that could make that noise. So what I'm going to do is you will roll once on magic item table E, and then I will give you a boost up to magic item table F because there are metallic things on F.
Okay.
So who would like to roll a D100 on E, and would you like to use an inspiration point?
I will roll the E and yes.
Okay. (22 or 92). That's either going to be an 8th level spell scroll or universal solvent.
Oh, those are both good.
I mean, Universal Solvent is kind of because of the fact that no sovereign glue. But 8th level spell scroll.
Yeah, what would we do with that? I mean, I don't really...
Well, let's see what we can actually go ahead and grab.
I mean, there's a lot of really good level 8 spells, but there's also some dumb ones.
Yeah, no, that is true. That is true.
Yeah, but if the circumstance happens...
And just think how good Universal Solvent could be. I mean, you can think of so many uses for that.
It's universal.
You could use that on spider webs.
I mean, yeah, we could potentially end up using it to, like, clear the ethereal plane of all the goop that's in it.
Oh.
Or, I mean, maybe we could use it to... I mean, there's just a million things that I can think of to do with it.
Just not right now.
No, I'm thinking of them. There's just so many. I don't know which one to say. There's just so many.
It's universal.
It really is. I mean, like, dissolving Shadowhar, soul containers, or we could use it against Shonaruth, you know, or we could use it against Mercury. We could use it to free whichever entrapped being we come across next. There's, like, so many things we can do with it.
Yeah, you are right. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Universal Solvent.
You want the universal? All right.
Yeah.
All right.
You reach into
We
the
have-
webulous sack and pull out something kind of cylindrical, and instead of a scroll, it's a little it's a vial or whatever universal solvent comes in.
It comes in a vial, yes.
All right.
How many
like
uses
the
come in one vial?
Yes.
Is it one use per one vial?
No, I believe it's 1d4 doses, but I'll check
Yeah,
just to
I
make
was
sure.
I was looking that up too.
Where is my Dungeon Master's Guide?
Dungeon Masters.
While you're looking that up, who would like to roll on magic item table F for something metallic, and would you like to use an inspiration?
I would, and yes.
Okay.
Big money,
100.
big money, big money. Not actual
83
money, we
or
want
10.
items.
All right. This is either going to be a weapon of some kind +1, or this is going to be a headband of intellect, which can be metallic. So either of those can be metallic things, and I think that would satisfy a metallic scraping.
Well, I don't
Oh,
use
no, it is
weapons. And we're trying to suit up Selene, so Selene. Which of these two do you think would be better?
Well, I mean, it ups my int to a 19, which is nice, the Headband of Intellect. But honestly, I need a weapon.
Yeah. Plus one
I
isn't
need a
very
weapon.
good.
I need a weapon that I can actually use, though, because I can't use the Luck Blade. That's a great sword.
Yeah.
I'm a deck spider. So
I
that,
think, if possible, Maddie, would you allow us to choose the weapon type and choose rapier?
Yeah, that's fine in this instance.
Because random roll is a little bit, in this case.
yeah, so I'm gonna choose a rapier +1, please.
Sure.
Thank you kindly. I now have a weapon that a physical weapon that I can use again that will actually do damage, so I can get back to using my channel divinities, because that requires melee attacks, and I haven't been able to get close enough to use, vampiric touch.
You have martial
Hello.
proficiency?
I do have martial proficiency.
Okay.
Yes, I do have, that is the thing that I do.
That's a
I
thing for
don't
Death
possess.
Cleric, yeah.
Yeah, that's a thing I don't possess. However, that's actually a thing that I need to look at really quickly, because if that works how I think it works, then that's kind of actually can.
What do you mean?
Oh my god. So, allow me to elaborate on something for just as a little rules interaction that I've just noticed
Mm-hmm.
for our dear players here, our darling DM and our audience out here. I possess the spell Blade of Disaster. Would you like to know what Blade of Disaster makes?
Well, you used it in the fight. It's like a bigger spiritual weapon.
9th level spiritual
It
weapon,
is.
basically.
Yeah.
It is. And spiritual weapon also makes melee spell attacks.
Okay.
Channel Divinity Touch of Death triggers on the melee attack. Full stop. Not melee weapon attack, melee attack.
Okay.
Because you can trigger it with things like Vampiric Touch. Apparently, though, you can also trigger it through Blade of Disaster or Spiritual Weapon.
You are channeling your divinity. It's a limited resource, so.
Considering it's, the damage is, where is Channel Divinity Touch of Death? 5 plus twice your cleric level. So, yeah, that's 41 additional damage that I can do to things.
And if you stack that with my channel divinity, Pass to the Grave, that's doubled. Because it's vulnerability.
For vulnerability. Because, due to inescapable destruction, I straight up ignore necrotic resistance.
Now, this is, it is at the barest levels of Rapier +1. Though there is more to it than just that. I would like you to
wanna
roll
some
a
minor properties,
1d20 for me, Selene, as you are looking over this weapon and you are.
Figuring out what it do.
Oh, apparently this is an elven weapon. Half the normal
Ooh.
weight. It's adorned with symbols of nature, leaves, vines, stars, and the like. So this is a weapon of elven heritage.
That's nice. I like that.
I now need you to roll a d8, please.
Yeah, give me just a second and I can do just that thing. Neither one.
This item was created for an ancient order of spellcasters and bears the order's symbol, as it has an arcane history to it.
Do I recognize the...
Like maybe it's Aslandian wizards?
Yeah, do I
Or like-
recognize do I recognize the symbol?
Maybe. Let's find out a couple more details of this sword first, and then we'll see where the story
Sure.
takes us.
Yeah.
I need you to roll a d20 yet. Or a d20 right for this next part.
D20?
17. This is waterborne. This item floats on water and other liquids. And its bearer has advantage on strength athletics checks to swim.
Ooh,
Oh, that's
so
nice.
fun.
That's nice, yeah.
Though there is a quirk to it. Not necessarily a curse, but there is a thing.
Okay.
I need you to roll a d12 for this one, please. 1. Blissful. While in possession of the item, the bearer feels fortunate and optimistic about what the future holds. Butterflies and other harmless creatures might frolic in the item's presence.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
That's cute.
That's fine.
That's very... It's very
I thought it
kind
was
of
gonna-
forest elf rather than desert elf kind of vibes.
Well, A, I'm only a half-elf. B, well, I know of many other magical orders besides just the ones in Aslandia. And C, well...
There are other elves everywhere.
There are. If you want it to be Aslandian, that's perfectly fine. I mean, there may not be a ton of butterflies. By the Oasis capital, there could be. Or, I don't know, little sand crickets or antlions or something might want to frolic. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe you stand too close to Norlai and she twitches in her sleep like a dog. Like, it's kind of like, you know.
Noralite is in fact a butterfly tiefling. Canon.
I have been in a cocoon.
She
more
was
than
born in
once.
flowers. It's fine.
So we have something that that helps with water. We have something that has some sort of an arcane history to it, and brings about a blissful positivity while in possession of the weapon. Now that doesn't mean it has to override your personality. It's not suddenly that this isn't an item with a an ego that's going to override you and you become the item. However, this is it's kind of taken the edge off.
Optimistic about the future.
Yeah.
Mordecai's doom and gloom right now, whereas you feel pretty positive about it.
Yeah. You've become like a Disney princess with little critters who always want to be around you and like dance and sing to you and everything. So,
she's turned into Snow White.
So yeah, there's some sort of elven, or if we we can say more broadly fae. I mean, so that could even be gnomish. Gnomes in the arcane, as well as actually that might even be something here. We're talking about little critters. We're talking about a fae-like being. We're talking about I don't know, water being very buoyant. I mean, I don't think Bright's ever been thrown into a lake before. I don't know how floaty she is, but yeah, this could even be this could be some sort of a Fey heritage blade. It could have gnomish inscriptions or a motif as well. I'm flexible in that regard. Now there is gnome like specifically if you rolled a 19, but we can step sideways with it if you want. But anyway, these are some details to your blade that can build a little bit onto our story, can add a little bit more effervescence and personality. And also, Warden Murphy, thank you very much for the raid. If I can get a shout out to Warden Murphy for stopping by. So yeah, maybe this can come up in something here, but at some point in time, unfortunately, someone who is the bearer of this sword was caught in the phase trap of this place and was turned. It could even, out of character, it could be one of the two helpful people that wanted to see you out of the cave.
Yes, very helpful they were.
Yeah. Coordinated their efforts flawlessly. Like, they didn't even have to talk to each other overtly to do so. It was really cool. They definitely weren't undead. I super promise.
No, they're not.
Nope. All right. So anyway, yeah, you have some universal solvent. Oh, who rolled for that? Was that you, Lethality?
Yep.
Go ahead. If it comes with 1d4, roll 1d4. It's just one.
It's just a single vial covers a square foot.
Oh, okay. Well, you have this, and I mean, I'm a rather open-minded DM. So if you have a creative use for it, or you want to study it and I don't know, produce it or something, you have this as a sample. Maybe I don't know what you can do with it, but I'm very open to seeing what you want to try.
Yep, it can destroy up to 1 square foot of any adhesive, including sovereign glue.
Okay.
We might be able to dissolve things besides just adhesives with it, I think.
Yeah. Maybe we might be able to hack together it dissolving something psychological, like a warlock bond, perhaps.
It's a thought. If you get it into the right situation.
I am not opposed to unique applications of things.
I'll be sure to tie my floofs back.
Yeah, good idea.
Don't put your hair in it. Yep.
Yeah.
All of us long-haired individuals. Tie your hair back.
Did we have more rolls, or was that it?
That was it. Because that was just the gems, and then there was the D6 D6 rolls on a table.
Yeah, we've
I
got
was
money
planning
if we
to
need
use-
to. We've
Yeah,
got
I was
gems
planning to use my
cash for money.
inspiration on treasure, but it didn't happen, so I
Oh.
guess I'll keep it.
Yep.
Yeah, you get to keep it for a free advantage on something.
It's kind of like having an extra D20 roll in your pocket.
Yeah, that hasn't really been working out for me recently.
Or, well, I mean, you could either go an extra D20 or you can go a flat +5. Because it's either advantage or you can go how it works with passive checks and just add a 5 to something.
We did that.
I don't remember being able to do that with it. I'll
It's
I believe you can.
advantage is technically a +5, but I don't think we've played with that, so it would just be a second.
We don't do a whole lot of passive. We do a lot of rolls.
Yeah. Yeah, like statistically it's a +5, but yeah, you might just want to save that for a roll. Or hey, if you discover another treasure bundle or a parcel, then use it on that.
That's true.
Yeah,
So
it's just advantage.
time is gonna pass. The Bright, you've discovered what you've discovered. Will magically there were some things in that in that webbed sack. You are going to dig up, Selene, the things that were buried, and those seem to have stayed buried, rather untouched. And as far as you're aware, the ring is where it was hidden, under the floorboards, or wherever you had retrieved it from.
Yeah, it
is
was.
the sentiment
It was
of
hidden
things.
under. There was a small spot under the floorboards where that box had been hidden.
There's also a costume ring somewhere around here that Mordecai left.
Unless someone did take that.
If
fairly
if that was
worthless,
left
but
out,
yeah.
then someone probably did swipe that, or
It's like,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, that's fake. It still looks cool. I'll take it.
Yeah, it's not like he's opulent, so it's a fake gem. It's like glass.
you know what? I'll tell you. We'll do this, Mordecai. I want you to. We'll do the Derek high or low, and then you can roll a d10 after you announce if you want highs or lows.
Let's go high.
All right, roll a d10. Hey.
But damn.
So Mordecai, maybe you're a little sad or wistful because the thing that you had left out wasn't there. Though while it bears no overtly magical properties, your costume ring was a part of the bundle. Someone must have swiped it and then got swiped themselves by the Fae and was found. Maybe it was baffling bright, like you found all these magic items, all these valuable rubies, and then there's like,
ring in it.
yeah, and then like someone just went to Claire's and bought a junk ring for prom or something, and it's like, what's this doing in here?
Oh, hey. Huh. Fancy that.
So it came back to you. Whoever stole it got their comeuppance by being turned into a spider, I guess.
Goddamn. Poor dude. And when Selene comes back in the house,
Mm-hmm.
he kind of shows her, says, found it.
Bright, you notice that Selene comes in, she sets the shovel back where it came from, but there was no shovel. She's wiping her brow, she's covered in dirt, but she was never really using a shovel.
Huh. So, did you dig that up with your hands? You should check under your fingernails.
She looks at her fingernails.
Yes, but no.
No, I used a shovel.
You should have let me mold earth to dig that stuff. Check out this shovel. Like, I'll just wave my hand right through it. It's not big. I pick up the shovel, I'll just like hit myself on the head with it.
I roll to disbelieve the illusion?
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
every time the gnome strikes yourself in the face with a shovel, the world gets a little uglier. As suddenly, like, cracks form in the masonry, there's dust settling everywhere, and after the third or fourth strike, you realize that there was no shovel, and your shack is rather dilapidated.
Well, I mean, that makes sense.
I love what
Ring
you've
still
done with
there?
the place.
Is the ring still, the box still in my backpack?
Yeah, if you're like, what? Oh, it was. You go to check, and sure enough, like, there are the floorboards. No one had found that.
Okay, so that was actually an
that was actually yeah.
that was real. The shovel was fake. So they just kind of glances. Oh, I don't care. I don't care.
It's a roof over our heads.
Look.
Yeah.
Hold
I
on.
still like sound asleep.
Yeah, just
He's gonna wake up and still see the illusion.
Hold on. Now it's time to do a thing.
Do you think we should destroy this illusion while we're here? It's probably a Mirage Arcane, which would be level 7 Dispel.
Yeah.
I don't have Dispel ready right now, but
I do. I do. And I'm gonna do.
That's my last
I'm
turn
gonna
for
do
the
that.
day.
I am going to do that. I'm gonna spend my level 7 spell slot to dispel magic.
you'll have to roll it, don't you?
No, if
that's
he gets to
No.
7th level.
not if it's actually Mirage Arcane, which does seem to be the spell it would be.
I am.
Oh, I see that. Yeah, I'm sorry.
That.
That has a at higher level you can cast it up. I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
If
can cast
if it's 8th or 9th, I have to roll.
Okay. No, you're fine.
7th level and lower.
Yep.
It poofed.
And now, after I do that, and I'm gonna go ahead, and I'm gonna cast a sending, and I'm going to target Cypher.
Okay.
Cypher, we got Saltus things. Can you come around for a pickup in the Dragon Graveyard?
Cypher. So yes, Cypher tells you that he was worried something has happened. It's
Wait,
been
Cypher?
Cypher.
Did he come back? Did I miss that episode?
He's mentioned with your pass.
Yeah, I must have missed that episode. That was
Yeah,
one
he's
heck
part
of a
of the
busy
Republic.
episode that I missed.
That was the volcano. That was the end of the volcano where the fucking the relentless came in and rammed into everything.
The
Had an explosion burst into slugs. And
Yeah, I was here for that. Cypher wasn't.
It's
Did you get the
episode that
slideshow?
went directly after that.
Yeah, I saw the slideshow.
okay. It's that.
I
Yeah.
didn't understand it though.
Okay.
yeah, that was Cypher merging with the Repentless. And so now it looks
Okay.
like a Shadowheart Imperator class airship.
Oh. Huh. 10% forget the word.
So yeah. You,
Perfect.
you
Just perfect.
you contact Cypher. He was, in short, well, at 25 words or less. He was worried that something had happened. It's been 2 days, and but if you have the stuff, then Selter will, he and Selter will come out and get you.
Yep. Cool. Also, apparently we were out for 2 days.
Oh God.
But they're coming to pick us up.
Not the worst.
Yeah, 2 days isn't that bad. I mean, that's how long we were gonna spend here anyway.
I mean, look, we were gone.
For years, coming out of Voiho.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And, Mordecai and I were gone for several months.
So much time has been lost.
Yeah, remember when I didn't have my leg?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't have my tail. That definitely begs the question, though. we've witnessed the progression of time in instance, but it doesn't seem like the rest of Mesotopia has gotten down to the fact that winter is coming in a big way
Yeah.
for a tropical region.
Not tropical, but
Subtropical, probably.
yeah.
Don't you think it's odd that nobody else seems to care?
They kind of have their own problems.
Well, I get it, but like, still, you notice when after 3 years winter, it's starting to snow in Mesomestica, where it doesn't snow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because we're close enough to, like, I guess the equator. I don't know. We're kind of in the center of Mesotopia anyway, and doesn't strike anybody as odd. Is it just me? That nobody else in the world recognizes this?
That's more a matter of the winters are getting colder, and
After 3 years.
yes, that it's probably dangerous, but they don't know what to do about it. That's why we're here.
Well, I get that, but like, it seems like nobody else even realizes it. It's more of a passing comment of, oh, well, it's cold. Not, oh god, it wasn't this cold a decade ago.
Well, remember, how there was that entire thing of, oh no, we're all gonna die in Old Port that we saw.
What was that? Wait, hold on.
When we helped that Shadowheart couple. Literal doomsayer.
Right.
Yeah.
I completely forgot.
Yeah.
I have completely forgotten a lot of things.
Mordecai, I would love for you to roll a religion at advantage, please.
Even though I'm exhausted.
Absolutely. You get double advantage.
Damn. Religion. I'm decent at this. That's a 21.
Hallelujah. Mordecai. By the way, y'all have to wait about a day for the repent list to reach you. So you have some time.
Oh, good.
That
I
off
can
to
at
the
least rest.
side. My dear sweet Mordecai, you may have very well blindly groped something very important. And that blind grope may very well have fallen upon Weejass herself.
There's a lot of blindly groping in this session.
Yeah, there has been.
we don't
With
get to look at
consent.
what my groping.
You brought up an extremely good question. It's something that not only in the present that has been brought up. And by the way, I know that we're facing a time, we're getting close to it. In the concept, You made comments earlier, man, the nature of magic, I just, understanding it is just whatever. And they're like, oh, why is it that people just don't seem to care, or they just seem to forget what's going on? Whether that's out of selfishness or just, where's the importance? There needs to be a literal fire under their butts to get them to do something, and more broadly to the things that you've been exposed to about the story you apparently learned about the origin of this area, about who used to live here and what happened. And where did you learn it? Do you remember where you learned it? The big story about...
The story about how the dragons created out of mankind the other races, the dragons and giants did,
Yeah, all this stuff.
as well as the patrons and all of this stuff. We learned that in the underwater temple to
Yeah.
Weejas.
Oh. And Weejas is was considered to be a goddess. Of course, I think you've been questioning maybe what is the nature of divinity
What is
and
the
how does
nature
that
of God?
how does that come across with, like, as we know them, the patrons of the warlocks and such.
She's a giant creation. She's created by them, for them.
And at least in the divinity, what is Weejas generally considered to be the divine ruler or the overseer of? What?
Well, death and magic.
Death. I mean, you're a grave cleric. What's, in your opinion, what is death?
The ceasing of life.
Well,
The end of one journey and the start of another, potentially.
I could see those as
We always kind of
perhaps...
believed in an afterlife.
So is someone
kind of believed that in an afterlife, and that there was and that Weejas was the person who guided those who were going to their specific afterlives, depending what they believed. She was the one who filtered them into their afterlives.
Are you
But
really
it's-
dead if you're in an afterlife?
I suppose maybe not.
How could you truly be dead? If we have terms like afterlife, undeath, like, these are kind of weird, in-betweens. If you're
Right.
dead, what does that
You
mean?
ceasing to exist entirely.
Just
Potentially.
physically?
Just your soul, spirit, whatever it is you believe, just gone. Nothing left in the body physically, nothing left in the soul, nothing left just in general. Like, it seems it would be a very void at the end. Nihilism.
Why isn't Selene dead then?
She's in an in-between state. How exactly that works, I'm not certain, but the thought had occurred, like, that certain people of power could keep that from happening. Potentially, I don't.
It might seem
he's not-
so. Selene came back in a sense.
She
Maybe.
did. She's basically reincarnated, in a way. Her soul left her body, stayed put for 2 years, and then inhabited a different body that was already dead.
She was gone. How does the phrase go? Gone, but
not forgotten. She didn't get forgotten. To live on in someone's memories is to continue to exist.
you're not truly dead, are you?
No, because some some existence, some version of you still resides in the memory of someone else. So if you forget, and if someone forgets, someone's existence could be erased.
Ouijas is the goddess of death?
She collects souls to become part of her. And that destroys their existence entirely, including in memory? Potentially?
She's near universally worshipped throughout the entire region, correct?
Nearly.
Yeah.
Erasing all other gods? Memory?
And you've learned something about her as well. She seemingly only knows what?
What she's collected from others.
Yeah.
She
And-
has no perception of her own.
And you were also going, how is it that people just don't realize what's going on? Like, they just don't seem to care, or they just
Because she
have
takes it.
forgotten
Yeah.
what's happening to them.
She's taking it. I thought it was Shona Ruth that was taking all of that. Huh. Ouijas wants true oblivion. He kind of muses out loud.
It's a public discussion now.
Oblivion is what she seeks. And Shona Ruth can cause oblivion.
You hear Norlai mumbling from the bed. I told you she was evil.
So he just starts just bursts into laughter. Oh,
It's why the people of the Six Landlords, they don't want anything to do with Ouijas. They don't want to be like everyone else. They don't want to forget about Zuviwa. Whatever that means to them.
oh, Norway. I have to.
The land doesn't forget.
Never forgets.
As
The
you s-
land had the temple still.
Mhm.
That was down there that we went to. It kept it. So that no one would forget. But people have forgotten. Nobody knows that creation myth. Not anyone except us. I hardly can even remember what Mesotopians believe as far as what created life. If it just spontaneously happened, or if they believe that we just created life, but then is also the goddess of death, and
Life is just taken. I mean, we're alive. However it happened, we're here. We know death happens. So we have to revere death. We have to. It's something to look forward to, or to worship, or to honor, because we know it's going to happen. We were born. We can't really help that, but we can help how we die, or, what happens in the process of death. So that's the future venerated. That's the future accommodated for. No one
The
really
future
knows
has
how
come.
things started. But you know where it's going to end.
But why focus on the end when there's so much to experience in the here and now? The end isn't all there is. It's the journey from the start. That's the important part. What you do with your life. That's what's important. And Weejas doesn't want us to think that way. She wants us to embrace oblivion. I'm having the tired thoughts of a rambling madman.
Sleep.
The questions. My mind won't let me sleep, dear. Eventually I'll just pass out because it'll just happen.
Then I can say this, as we can very well have a gentle fade to unconsciousness. As you have a day, you presume you're going to be rather unmolested by the Fae, considering that they've deemed you very toxic and salty.
They don't like.
Yeah, you didn't exactly leave a good impression on them.
Yep.
You have a day, so rest can befall you. And things to think about. You've seen what you presume is the creation of Weejas. And you might even be able to determine why. Why was she created? And you might be able to continue looking at then why did the other beings, these patrons, they were created in a sense as well. Why were they created? Why was Shonaruth summoned down from some abyss in the, in the remote reaches of the void? And if you can answer the whys, that might reveal more and more.
Well, there's definitely one reason. And that's to gain power or advantage over one's enemies. Why they were enemies in the first place, who even knows?
Well, anarchy is the best form of government until there's two people.
Is this the kinds of things that you spend lots of time thinking about, Selene?
Yes.
Is that strictly a religious person thing? Or is that a
I don't
wanna
know.
be smarter than
right?
everyone else kind of thing?
I probably don't spend as much time on it as you do.
But it does occur from time to time, right?
Well, sure. I mean, I wonder about the origins of magic, if it's always been here, or if something created it. Nobody really knows, though, which I guess is kind of the point of this whole thing.
Kind of the point of the whole ramblings, I guess. Nobody knows. Nobody knows because everyone forgot.
Maybe.
Seems particularly true of the Mesotopia region.
Well,
I've never been to Shadowhar or anywhere else.
it's a thing that we can think about.
If you have insights,
Mordecai, my love,
Mm-hmm.
we could be here for literal hours, and I would not have begun to scratch the surface. So instead, we've got about a day. Selene actually is actually going to, no, I can have the bed. Because she needs it.
Does the bed even still exist?
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
kind of a ramshackle thing.
It's dusty, but
Besides, the floor is going to be great for my back because I need to straighten out.
exactly. So Selene is actually going to set up her bedroll in such a way that it can fit 2 people. She's going to get Mordecai to get in it, and then she's going to get in it. Mordecai's going to get a faceful, and then a shush, and be told to go to sleep.
Yes, dear.
The synonym to chiropractic is jumping bones. I get it. All right.
No actual jumping boats, just go to sleep.
The other 2 are still in the room. They need privacy for that.
And then it will be here with you all being able to get a long rest. Right, at some time you will be able to. You still toil and ponder. You have
Yeah, I
a lot of
work
pondering to
still.
do.
And I'm gonna have to try to resummon Peggy Sue.
Yes, Peggy Sue will appear.
Okay. We can do that off screen, but Bright's gonna try to. First thing she's gonna do is put up an alarm. That's one of the many things that she has to do.
Yes.
Someone else is better cooking breakfast though. 'Cause
I'm cooking
I'm sleeping
breakfast
in.
Yeah.
Doing
Okay.
breakfast as a hero's feast tomorrow, maybe. Who knows?
Do we need a hero's feast tomorrow? What for?
No, probably not.
You
But
don't
that's
need
that's-
one, but
No. No, but he'd probably make breakfast anyway.
Okay.
all right. Well, then we will have a very pleasant fade to black. Questions to ponder, moral conundrums, religious confounderies, spells to be cast, and then of course Loki is going to be waking up in the morning as well, in the morning-ish, whatever, after the long rest as well, and you might very well want to speak with him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you all,
There's going to be conversations to have with that kid.
y'all are going to have a fun next session this coming Friday, the 10th. Everyone, Friday the 10th, 6 to 10 p.m. Eastern, with Chroma Company, 1:30, session 1:30. I don't have a name for it yet, so I'll come up with something appropriate. But yes, ta-da!
Oh, boy.
We've done it. Another successful session. You all have intermixed combat-ish situations, deep delves into lore, remembering things, connecting dots. This was a really whirlwind session that has done a lot of things here. That I hope you all continue to appreciate the building of things. What roles do people have in the world right now? But for all of you out there, because we still have 28 people watching, the role play is over. I mean, we can still table talk if y'all want to. Now, normally, if you're new here, then this is the first time you hear it. If not, well, you know that we normally are a D&D workshop channel, and Fridays we would be going over a topic of character building, world creation, maybe mini painting 101 or something along those lines. And we also do table talk, where you can ask questions if you have a conundrum of your own. You want to present a story, you're not sure how, or there's something that you just want to share a silly story from your tabletop. Or we also have a feature here because I do own a physical game store in Ohio here, where we have these really fun capsules with randomized content in it, from unpainted minis to paint kits to rule books, alt cover stuff, pre-painted minis, all kinds of things. And so for a little while here, this is the first time that we've broadcast on a Friday, so I'm not exactly sure how it'll go. But I'm going to put our break screen up because I'm going to have to get up and use the restroom and go from there. But when I come back, we can hang out for a little bit. If you want to talk D&D, you want to ask questions about this session, or you want to bring up a topic from your own table as a DM or a player, we can absolutely do that. And I will have some of these really fun random capsules that you can get for yourself, or if you want to give them away, you can sponsor them, and I'll run a giveaway. And all the contents of the capsules go with free shipping to a U.S. address. So hang on, everyone. We're going to go to our workshop break screen, which, of course, we go. There we go. We used to have our fall screen. And I know we're not at the solstice just yet, but we are entering the end of the year, the Christmas time season, New Year's and whatnot. So we are going to merge over into this break screen. And so I will be back in a little bit, everyone, and we'll have some table talk, capsule fun, and we'll go forward from there. So see you in a bit. Bye.